There is a hidden nexus that is dark and sinister about narcissism that you may not yet be aware of. Have you ever experienced the sinister facial expressions of the narcissist? Have you ever witnessed their eyes darken? Have you ever experienced high strangeness and unexplained supernatural activity when you have had a narcissist in your home, or you have spent your life with them and shared parts of your life with them? Brace yourself, because you're not imagining things and you're not crazy. You are experiencing the hidden details of narcissism that psychology doesn't explain. And that's just because that's not their area of expertise. The supernatural is spiritual, and there is a spiritual connection to narcissistic behavior and the demonic forces that lure the narcissist to the dark side. The demons of narcissism have an agenda, and they are coming after the light ones as they are coming after you. So brace yourself as we take a look into the hidden nexus between narcissism and demonic forces. Narcissism is characterized, according to the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Psychology, as a behavioral disorder that is expressed by having an over-the-top sense of self-importance, self-entitlement, combined with a constant need for attention and admiration. This behavior is maladaptive within society and has set out to alter the course of society, creating a world of abusers pit against victims of the abuse. Could there be something more to narcissism that we are missing that could actually help us to swing society in favor of a more positive and mutually beneficial, peaceful world? Could there be something more dark and sinister behind narcissism that if we could just understand, we could then heal ourselves and society to create a better nation? Well, there is growing concern among survivors of narcissistic abuse who say absolutely yes, me included. When it comes to narcissism, there are dark forces that are behind this behavioral disorder. And those forces are dark, as they are many, legion. Now, these forces feed on human energy, as the sinister dark forces manipulate you through manipulating the individual that they possess or attach themselves to. Oh, talk about convoluted, because what we have here is the controlling, not wanting to be controlled, but yet they're controlled and they don't even know it. The narcissist fears being controlled, so they have to control others. This is what allows them to be controlled unknowingly by unseen dark forces, because these unseen dark forces thrive on everyone's fear. No one is immune. The narcissist has no idea that they are being manipulated. And the behavioral disorder of narcissism begins with behaviors of choice, where the tiny toddler makes a personal choice to do this, that, or the other that is unbecoming of what would make society thrive in peaceful, loving ways. The little toddler manipulates and gaslights and lies and throws temper tantrums and anger just so that they can have their way. And what this does is form habitual behaviors, and this forms instinct. And when instinct takes hold, the little tiny toddler who grows up to become an adult is now instinctual in their behavior, which then opens them up to forces beyond their comprehension and control. Because when behaviors become instinct, the narcissist forsakes their personal autonomy without even realizing it. The narcissist tries to get us to give up our personal autonomy by forcing us to comply to their rules and their ways, and attempts to create behaviors in us that also become habit, then instinct. The narcissist cannot control us. Their authority over us is fleeting compared to the lifetime of healing we invest ourselves to. And we do this to ensure that we will never, ever, ever, ever be controlled by them again. Unknowingly, that we ensure that we will never be controlled by dark forces again. Now, just because you have yet to witness what I am speaking of does not mean that what I say is not true. Be warned now in this video, because we entertain angels unaware, as the Bible states. These angels are God's holy ones or the fallen ones. And demons come in all shapes and sizes, as they also disguise themselves in benevolent light. Some demons are weak and some are strong. And while the narcissist may not yet be possessed with a weak or strong demon, the darker spiritual forces are attached to the narcissist. Believe you me, the narcissist that you love can still be controlled and manipulated. And why they're controlled and manipulated has everything to do with you. A narcissist will always have demon attachments. And demons take advantage of every loophole and opportunity, causing the narcissist to commit things and do things and think things that they would not on their own think of doing. But they're compelled to do these things. They may do these things outside the scope of their awareness or imagination, and they may truly not remember afterwards. But then there are those times when they do remember, and the demonic forces will allow the narcissist to remember, because the dark side likes to get their kicks, because everyone they manipulate is a victim. The narcissist is fair game too. Now, just because I'm sharing this with you does not mean that it's our job to save the narcissist from demonic forces while forsaking ourselves. We are too weak to save ourselves, let alone save the narcissist too. So it really is us versus them. We have to save ourselves through Jesus first. And then when we are strong, we can go and rescue our brothers and sisters who have been weakened by the narcissist. We go out and save them. We cannot save the narcissist. That's not our job. They are the wolves that have rabies. Just because they don't show signs of the disease, even though they have it, doesn't mean they eventually won't try to bite us with their toxic attack. So please be careful. And those demon attachments are just as effective even if the narcissist does not show demonic possession. I'm telling you straight, you will be scared silly. You will go weak in the knees with fear, as you will fear the unimaginable. You'll see things and dream things. You'll witness things you never thought possible, because demons use your fear as a source of fuel and supply. Terrorizing you in the security and safety of your own home is fair game. And when you are in the company of a narcissist, the narcissist harvests your fear through gaslighting and manipulation, and becomes downright bold and dirty, just to unknowingly hand your fear to the dark side. The narcissist is a shell of a human being. All you can do is pray for them as they prey on your humanity. The narcissist has forsaken the image of God and their innate human nature. They have allowed their house to become a portal for malevolent entities to invade their souls. The Bible tells us directly that our bodies are the temple of the Lord. The narcissist has unknowingly allowed entities to enter in their temple and occupy their house, causing the Spirit of the Lord who resides in the heart to get up and leave and depart. Now, another more truer name for the narcissist is Ichabod or Ichabod. It's a word that has diminutive meaning. It has Hebraic roots, as this word is used to express regret for the departed glory of God. The name comes from the book of Samuel. However, the origin of who the narcissist truly is can be traced back to the curse in the Garden of Eden. And I will put enmity between your seed and hers, Genesis chapter 3, verse 15. God cursed the enemy's children who would have hate towards Eve's children. That curse has not changed from then until now. It still stands. Oh, yes, it does. And because the carnal mind is enmity against God, for it is not subject to the law of God, neither indeed can be. So then, that they are in the flesh cannot please God. Romans chapter 8, verses 7 through 8. The narcissist truly serves their carnal desires. They are slaves to these desires, and we are taught from Scripture that what we are slaves to, these things have mastery and dominion over us. The narcissist's sinful desires of the flesh are the Lord and Master, controlling the narcissist's every whim, as the nature of the beast is set on autopilot. Oh, narcissists do have their bad habits, and their addictions and their vices are tenfold. And these vices affect their everyday life and negatively impact you as well. So please be careful, because many narcissists are addicted to alcohol, drugs, sex, and gambling, and they live lives that are extremely dangerous and on the edge. And these addictions are direct doorways and portals for demonic entities. Because these addictions directly affect the spirit of the man or the woman who are controlled by these addictions, you've got to protect yourself. As the narcissist becomes easily possessed under the influences of these addictions, at least they're easily manipulated through these things. Sufferers of narcissistic abuse often feel drained after being emotionally manipulated. And that is for good reason, because our emotions that are manipulated against us, those demonic forces driving the narcissist are feeding off the energy, that negative energy called fear. Fear is the root cause of all problems in life, because fear leads to decision making that avoids conflict resolution, which creates more conflict and chaos in one's life. And conflict and chaos is necessary. As the targets of abuse, we emotionally fall into a state of confusion and chaos, and we slip into desperation. As we call out God, we find little to no help, becoming so desperate that we succumb to our own addictive behaviors, and some of us adopt a bitter root, just like the narcissist. Now, some survivors of narcissism are left so numb they abandon their faith in God, adopting a callous approach to life. Now, these people begin to live miserly and decrepit lives, not realizing that all they've done is played into the hands of those demonic forces. The targets of abuse are seen only as pawns by the dark spiritual forces. The demons want to get to God through you. Demons use and abuse people every frickin' day, as they use people as a way to injure God at his core here, the human heart, because this is where Jesus, God's Son, resides. Jesus told us how to protect ourselves. He said this, "They will hate you because of me." And this is what Jesus said, as this is teaching for us to learn to put into practice. As we learn to practice detachment, there is a way to separate the demonic connection you have with these dark forces through the narcissist, but it's going to take work. And it's about cutting yourself off from that spiritual connection for good. You have to be the one to close that portal. You have to deny yourself of those bad habits. You have to look at that cognitive dissonance. You have to look at your own symptoms of abuse. You have to sever that trauma bond. You have to detach the love you thought you knew and had with the narcissist, and you have to allow God's love to heal you so you can use that empathy that was weaponized against yourself. You have to put that back onto you and use your own empathy to nurture yourself. And when you begin to heal of the trauma bond, you begin to love truthfully and you love honestly, as empathy is the key that locks the enemy out for good. Empathy for yourself is what builds self-respect. As you become assertive towards getting your wants and desires and needs met. Loving yourself is not a bad thing. Loving yourself with empathy allows you to love God and allows him to take leadership in your life. God's love is protecting, and this is what separates the soul tie and keeps you free from the bonds of spiritual attraction to a narcissist, as God's love restores peace and harmony in your life. Isn't that what we want? Isn't that what you want? You can have it. But it sometimes gets worse before it gets better. No one tells you in your healing that when you let go of the narcissist, you let go of them, there is still that magnetic spiritual pull that has you want to go back to them. And I'm going to ask you, is it them you want, or is it the demon you want to go back to? Is the demon actually pulling you on that spiritual string, leading you back to the demon through the narcissist? You only assume that it's the narcissist, but perhaps it's the demons. See, love is not corporeal. Love is in the spirit, expressed in the spirit first, and then it is expressed in the physical body. God is the creator of love, and the demonic forces have created in you a state where you believe you are in love with the narcissist, but in actuality, you are in a state of fear. You are in fear of losing that spiritual bond you thought you had with the narcissist. And that fear can be traced back to your fear of rejection and abandonment. And that is what the demons feed off of. The evil will entertain your fear. They won't give you love. They'll give you a counterfeit. They can't give you love naturally. They'll give you a counterfeit of love, and it's disguised as attention and affection. And this gets you get all of this attention and affection through the narcissist, and you don't realize that perhaps this is a soul contract that you unknowingly signed up for. You get attention and affection from the narcissist, and the demons get to terrorize you to feed off of your fear through that affection and attention. Just think about it. Doesn't it make sense? Turning to God and his people for support will give you the love that you are searching for. Seeking Jesus within will allow you to love yourself like no one else can love you. I'm telling you, this love is awesome. But be aware, when you begin on your journey of self-love and self-awareness, you're going to agitate the demonic forces, and you may make them angry. And this is what no one tells you in your healing. This is when you are at your weakest, when you are newly discarded and abandoned. The longer you stay away in those first few days, the longer you stay away in those first few days and weeks and months, some of those dark forces might make their presence known to you. They may create a seemingly unsafe place in your home as you experience demonic activity. Just guard your heart. Don't be alarmed, and don't give in to fear. Don't be afraid. Seeing things move in the corner of your eye or out of the blue, well, that's just a familiar trait of the demonic. And it's always meant to just keep you in a state of fear. If you don't fear, they can't get any fuel from you. Speak with authority. Turn to Bible scripture and fill your mind and heart with love. Love that emanates from you is seen as a specific kind of color by the demonic forces, as they see love as pure light. And this pure light is the light of Jesus, and they can't stand. So to get yourself free from the narcissist, you're going to have to set boundaries. You're going to have to surround yourself with positivity. Seek out your own healing in ways that are protecting, such as reading the Bible daily and applying God's principles in your life. Surround yourself with people who care about you. Participate in wholesome interests. Feed your mind and soul with positive things. Do positive things that create positive vibrations within you. One thing to note is that the reason why you and the narcissist were attracted to one another in the first place is because the two of you had similar vibrations of energy. Your spiritual vibration came from wounds of rejection and abandonment that lingered within your heart. And those matched the spiritual vibration of the narcissist, who also had wounds of rejection and abandonment that solidified in the heart. Those fears that the narcissist had forsook empathy, and that is why they can never, ever, ever be redeemed. Your love cannot save the narcissist. So taking back your power to change your power so that you can no longer react to the narcissist is what will protect you and keep you safe from the dark forces of the unseen realm. Narcissists are harbingers of evil. They bring demonic activity into your life by you accepting the narcissist as they are. It doesn't matter. It's irregardless if you have been manipulated into believing they are someone that they are not. The demons don't care about that trivial side note. It's your agreement of allowing the narcissist into your life is what the demons need from you to enter into your life. See, it's all about you. It's not about the narcissist. It's always been about you because of who you are in Jesus. So stay alert and do not take what you know about narcissism for granted. Stop entertaining the narcissist, because when you entertain the narcissist, you're entertaining their demons that want you to entertain them. Because if you're being entertained by the demons, You're not in God's counsel. Now, to be clear, not all narcissists are alike, and not all demonic forces are alike, but you never know. But you never know when a demon is deceiving you to lead you to believe, oh, it's harmless, it means nothing. No demon is harmless. So stay alert and always rely on your love of yourself through God's love, along with His Word, to lead and guide you in all you do. So I hope this video has helped you to become more aware and stay alert. Thank you for watching this video, and don't forget to subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. Click that notification bell to be notified of more intriguing insights from this channel. Head on over to my Ko-Fi channel for Bible study content and more understanding on spiritual warfare and how to stand in your integrity and authenticity. Learn how to say no and stand up to the narcissist. Download important transitional studies that will help you break free from the bondage of negativity today. Until next video, be blessed.